During the quarantine, I was at home. I worked a lot on projects, which some of them I shared them with Print and Play, like Seven Duos Solo, or like the small expansion for King Domino, the Court. And I also worked on completely new projects, and I created 3 games during the quarantine. And and we played also a lot because I was at home with my girlfriend and her daughter, which is 10, and we played each day, mainly my prototypes. Sure, games like Crash Career. I don't know if you know this game. Her daughter is 10, and she really likes these games. Sure, I have a lot of games at home. I don't know if you will see them, but keep 1 sample of each of my games. So that means that it's a lot. When a game is released, the publisher gives me something like 10 copies. But I keep only 1 because the 9 other copies are dedicated to my playtesters. How to say? I think that now I know that, but when I was 20, it was not clear in my head. But I need to create things. I need something with an artistical aspect. I was at this time student in mathematical and material sciences, and then I became engineer in science in material sciences industry. But in the same time, I was dreaming to become an artist. I will say, like to write and to draw comics. In fact, when I began to work, it's not a surprise that I was working in research and development. That means not production. I was always thinking of creating new alloys, new things, etc. And at the same time, I discovered that magazine speaking about board games. And I discovered a new world, and it was really passionating for me. There were people designing games. I never imagined that before. And the game which impressed me at this time was published because his game designer won a game design contest. And I promised me one day to participate to that game design contest, to win it, and to be published. But during years and years, in parallel to my profession, I was always buying games, learning them, teaching them to my friends, and trying to understand how it works. So I was 36. Also during this period before, I was also really involved in sports because I am a competitor and I was playing rugby 2 weeks, 1 match, 1 competition each weekend. I was the trainer of my team. I was the captain of my team. So it was part of my life. But in '99, I break my knee and I divorced the same year. And so that means that for me, the weekends, I had no more my kids. I had them only one weekend each 2 weeks. I was alone at home. And I thought that it was a good time for me to try to give a reality to this dream I had when I was 20. The thing which was incredible that I managed 3 years later to publish it. It's hard to answer because, you know, my relations to my games is the same that a father can have with his child. So it's very connected to my heart, in fact. So isolating something is not that easy, but there are some things which are really nice during all this period. That means the people the meeting, that means the friends, people I met with, who now are my friends, with very strong relationships, like with Serge Laget, with Bruno Feduti, with Antoine Boza, etc. And these connections are very precious to me. And it's not exciting, but it's with me always, and it's very nice. They are part of my life, and it's very nice. Two moments which have been very special. The first one is the creation of Five Tribes. Parallel to my game designs, I was working for publishers to make some developments, to be paid for that. I was also working in a game shop, and when I was working for other publishers, I was working to develop games which were not mine, and this needed some energy, and I had not energy because they were big games, and I had not enough energy for myself to create my own big games. And one day it was unbearable for me not to have time enough for me. So I decided to stop the development for publisher. And now that it was time to create my own in big games. And Five Tribes came suddenly and just in a few days, and all was finished very fast, and all was, so yes, it has been something very special to me. And during that time, there is another story, which means that I have something very special with this game. It's that my son was maybe, I don't know, it was like 20 about, and between his 18th and his 20th, he didn't spoke to me at all because he was upset of the situation, etc., etc. Began with the first playtest of Five Tribes, and then it became my first and probably my best playtester ever. And now we have very good connection. So that means that with these games, it's something very special for sure.
Wow.
And the second time, which was also very special, not exciting, but I was so stressed. It's for the results of the Spiel des Jahres for King Domino. It was, I was still game designer for 15 years, so something like that. And it was for me, I had the feeling that maybe it will be now or never. But it was not so easy not to be stressed. If I was completely, it was impossible for me to breathe. Team was crying, etc. And it was a minute before I was able to say something and to go to take my prize, etc. So, but yes. In fact, to create a game, you have three different ways to begin, in fact. You have the mechanics. Sometimes you can have a mathematical idea. You have the team, the story you want to tell, but you also have the components. Sometimes you just create a game because you want to play with a specific kind of component. For example, when I created King Domino, I had no idea what to do with that, but I wanted to play with this kind of matter of component. Okay, but in fact, it's just an entry. The team, the mechanicals, or the mechanics of the components. The only thing which matters at the end is the game experience you want to create. That means that immediately when I have a starting point, I imagine how to connect the mechanics with a team and with components to create the game experience I want. So it's a kind of pyramid, you see? The base is mechanics, team, the team and the components, but the most important is the summit of the pyramid, it's the game experience. And I'm a very big fan of Santorini. I like two players games, and for me Santorini, you have to play it at two and only at two players. I like two-player games, I like abstract games, and Santorini is a two-player abstract game with very nice components. And yes, I really be impressed by this one. Just one, I like just one for sure, because it's so easy to teach.
Yeah.
You can play with anybody, your parents, your child, expert players, or just occasional players, never mind. It always works. So it's very nice for that. I enjoyed Wingspan. The game I show you, Crash Career, the small card game from Amigo, was also one of my yes. Sorry, I'm searching for my games, for my words sometimes. I go in the past. I like Lost Cities, the Great Dalmuti. For the abstract game, maybe it's maybe you don't know this game, but it's Giges by Claude Leroy. It's a fantastic abstract game, but it's not really well known. Yes, sure. Maybe I have an idea, but I think that other people will say the same thing, so it's not a good idea. But yes, to describe myself, bold. Yes, I don't know if people know that. I am a guitar player. I like to play music. Okay. And I'm also passionate of flying fishing. I like also to go in the mountains for to search mushrooms. So I really like that to go to find mushrooms in the mountains and to cook them when I come back home, or to go in the nature to fly fishing, etc. I like this contact with nature.